Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Hoppy Craftsman Podcast. I am Chris. With me is Nate.
Hey, what's going on?
And Ed
is here
in the house. We're actually not at the studio.
We're at a much better place.
Yeah, it's way nicer than.
How dare you?
I mean, they have more beer.
Hey, you don't let us into your house. At least they let us in here, Trevor's.
So yeah, we are back at Trevor's.
Yeah. I've never done a show here. You guys
we
did one show without me here at least.
We did. We talked to Ryan from Dark Sky and
Oh, that's cool.
Aaron, the craft beer.
That's right. I listened to that show actually.
Buyer for Trevor's. They were doing a collab for Arizona Craft Beer Week.
Right.
Which is pretty sweet. So we stopped.
All right.
It was fun. I love this place. I told them how much I loved it. Ed made fun of me for a long time, and then he came, and now he still makes fun of me.
Ed made fun of you before he came to check it out?
And then he checked it out, and he was like, okay, I'm going to make fun of you still, but the place is pretty cool.
You do come here a lot. But I go to Rent House a lot.
It's close to my house.
That's what's those Rent House.
I mean, yeah, not my house.
Oh, yeah, that's true. No, this place has a rad vibe. It's crazy the bottle selection it has, and they have 24 beers on tap at least up there.
Yeah.
So that's pretty sick.
Yeah,
that's pretty rad.
We like it. So
what do you think of it, Ed?
Oh, I come here almost. I would say half as much as Chris, but it's probably still
that's probably
twice
a lot
as much
still.
as anybody else.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's sweet. Yeah, it's awesome. I like it.
No, because you can walk around and
dude.
shop for alcohol while you drink a beer, which is cool.
It's really nice.
That's a good point.
There's a cigar humidor. There's outdoor cigar patio.
A buttload of wine.
They usually have food trucks Thursdays and Fridays and stuff too. So
You guys are out there playing cornhole. There's cute dogs all over the place.
We brought In-N-Out last time we came here.
Yep, 100%. It's good stuff.
It is. It's a good place.
We love it.
It's
so
chill.
This episode definitely getting recapped way after the thing because life.
We're jumping in the Wayback Machine.
Wayback Machine.
We had to, we let it
Marinate.
stew. Thank you, Ed. Thank you.
marinated
We
it.
let it marinate. We let it stew. Now we really could provide some in-depth opinions on what happened.
Yeah, because we're not gonna be just knee-jerk reactions.
Nope.
Well, it is because, in true fashion, nobody wrote a single thing down.
I remember it
So
all.
you think we'd prepare and
I got a
write
steel
notes?
trap
Yeah,
mind.
I know.
Uh-huh. I
My
remember
mind is good.
everything. Wait, what was it called again? Where were we-
Speaking of
yeah.
speaking of steel trap, what are you drinking?
Oh, that is a good
Oh,
one.
this is the Dark Sky. I think it's hard to read up there, but I think it's called Silly Goose.
It's called the Rally Goose.
Rally Goose?
I think it's called Rally
It's an
Goose.
IPA.
Has this hashtag
Listen.
Rally Goose up there.
I saw it's an IPA.
believe.
It's in New England, and I was in it.
Ed, you can confirm if you want, but the thing that I am particularly jealous about your guys' beer is it looks really cloudy. It
Yeah, it
looks
really
really
does.
thick.
Ed looks better than mine for some odd reason.
Oh, Ed's
Because
getting
Nate spilled the head off.
Oh,
of
is
it.
that what it was?
Shut the fuck. That's not what happened.
Well, then it would've
I
been-
spilled a teaspoon of beer, and the head was gone because Ed was doing setup stuff.
Yeah, that'll happen.
So anyway, regardless, I did spill his beer a little bit, but that beer looks good. That beer looks good. Mine tastes very good. The Moonraker Dojo,
Yeah, which I've had that in cans before. I've never had
which
it
is
on draft.
is that an 8.4%? Jesus Christ,
I think it's 8.6 actually.
8.6. I have glasses on too.
We'll see.
Might be time to
Hey,
go
give me
get
your
those
glasses.
rechecked.
And maybe I can zoom in.
You don't need these. Yeah, that's not how it
Zoom
works.
into those things.
That's not how it works.
Huh.
Okay, well, either way, we're here, and I'm excited to be here. And yeah, so we have two of those, and I have a Moonraker, the
Excellent.
Dojo.
My favorite. We didn't wait till the middle of the show to talk about it. So we can recap Real Wild and Woody, which
Yeah,
before all they moved out to Bellbank Park, as we talked about with
yeah, it's
with
called
Rob.
Rally Goose.
Is it Rally Goose?
It is hashtag Rally Goose.
Oh man, I thought it was hashtag Silly Goose. That's way better.
Yep. Well,
Either way,
we'll
Yeah.
talk to Ryan about that.
we went out to Bellbank Park,
Yep.
did some.
Wasn't too bad of a drive for us. We went.
Yeah.
We met up his friends over at Ed's house and drove over there.
It was definitely easier getting in this time. Having the exit right there and then going right down the road was a lot nicer. It was smooth to get in. That being said, I think that was the only event that weekend too, so it's definitely a lot less crowded than it normally is. It felt like.
Yeah.
So
It was easy to get in.
I did not hate that.
No, and we also did what's the word? Ride share.
Ride shared it.
So parking was not a factor.
Yep. And then we got out of there pretty easily as well,
Yep.
which was nice. Overall, the space. I mean, you guys.
It was
like
good.
It was inside. It was a pretty big venue.
It seemed empty though.
Yeah.
It did. It
One end seemed very empty. One
Yeah.
one side of the place.
was
the stage
large.
their side.
It was large, and it was just, gosh, what's the?
There was a vibe there that wasn't typical of a beer fest, and it just felt like the energy was down.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people who were typically there at every beer festival that weren't, as far as like brewers and owners and stuff like that.
Yeah, we definitely missed a few people that either couldn't make it to the place or just decided that we're going to do that drive out there. I guess
It was nice to see some of the staples, though. It was nice to see the craft beer in Arizona represented. The concessions were absolutely
What concessions?
Yeah, dude.
They were absolutely bogus, man. And I know that came with a deal of using that space. I believe was the problem was use the space, you use the vendors the space provides.
Yep.
Can't go wrong with hot dog and pretzels buried in a corner behind sandwich between.
Well, listen, that was the only one.
Exactly. I mean, remember we had that Hop Dottie that year or two ago. I mean, that was an amazing.
Yeah,
they did a good job with that.
Yep.
But and if I remember correctly, the people weren't happy with that either. And
right.
People are always going to be unhappy with things, and unfortunately, and maybe that's just my deal. That I'm sure because a hot dog is good, a pretzel is good. It just.
But listen, there was one line. It was one vendor.
Yeah,
and people didn't know where it was. I had to tell like 2 people where to go find it.
If you went there hungry, you got grumpy real quick, and Nate was prime suspect number 1 for that.
Which I
had a good time.
We had fun,
but we
had to leave. We had to get food, man.
We had to leave and go get food. It was good. It was good. It was good talking to everybody. We saw Leah Huss and Jeff Huss. We may actually schedule an episode with them.
That'd be cool
if we can get all 3 of us in the same room. But yeah, it was fun. It was just there was lots of people there, but there was also, like Ed said, there was also a lot of people who weren't there, for sure.
Yeah,
and I think the Craft Brewers Guild is in a tough spot to be able to pull those events off and please everybody. That's for sure. But I just don't think that's the spot. And from what I understand, it's already coming back.
We'll see. We'll see where it's going to go.
I heard there was an announcement. I thought
so.
That's for something else.
Strong Beer Fest, right? But Real Wild and Woody's for now.
Right.
Could be out there still.
Good point.
My thought was, let's go to the interviews and we'll come back and then we can talk a little bit more about Strong Beer Fest. Real Wild and Woody, not Strong Beer Fest. Real Wild and Woody, and then we talk about another beer festival we actually went to, like the following weekend, right? Was it the following weekend?
I think it was later that week. It was awesome.
Cool. Well, let's do that.
All right, we're here, Real Wild and Woody, and Chris, Ed, our buddy Terrence, and what are we looking at, guys? It's like I'm describing the weather.
Yeah, it's the weather, guys. Look around us. This is
the weather's nice. Because you want to know why the weather's nice? Because we're inside.
Yeah, we're inside. It is nice and cool in here. Very spacious space. I mean, we talked to Andrew and Rob about it, and they were lying. This is a very large space, man. It's like 57,000 square feet. There's enough. There's actually a lot of elbow room, and I would imagine they have room to put at least another row of breweries in here, probably, if they wanted to.
Yeah.
They push these guys back and put a whole nother row in here. So
it's pretty filled up. It's
room
nice.
to expand.
Yeah, it looks good. I'm excited to try some breweries. Simple Machine, I'm looking forward to trying that. And, gosh, Ed, what are you excited about for today?
Am I allowed to talk? Nate didn't give me a microphone.
We only have 2. That doesn't even track.
Don't you wish we could hear your voice?
Yeah, probably.
That'd be nice.
Well, this is the fun thing about On Location.
Yeah.
You get these kinds of things.
Seriously, Ed, what are you excited about? Answer the damn question.
I have no idea what's going to come out of these microphones. Probably Jester King. Pipeworks is good.
Oh, you're excited for the kegs that Jester King sent to the distributor?
Yeah, why not? Those
I
are
don't know how I
expensive
feel about
kegs. They're
stuff like that.
$400 or $500 a keg.
All right, fine.
There's Surly was here. I saw them on the list of people.
Who?
Surly.
Oh, okay, yes.
Maybe they have some really good darkness or something. That'd be kind of cool.
BJ's Restaurant's here.
But hopefully, we get to walk around a little bit before, talk to some people, get some interviews, and that's what you should be hearing next, right?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, and Nate wants to try all of Dark Sky's menu, so we'll see if he gets
Yeah, that's true. You don't think I can do it?
No, well, we'll see if you keep focused enough to get to
yeah,
it.
that's no problem. Because I just won't leave until I try all 4. Like, leave their booth. But it'll be fun.
He's just going to hang around like a homeless person?
I want to know... There are definitely some breweries here that I'm not interested in. But you know what? This list is pretty serious, and I'm excited about today. That was just a very real...
but there's also breweries that aren't here that probably should be or
like who?
Are usually here.
Like who?
The Shop.
Why aren't they here?
I don't know. We'll have
That's
to ask
a good
them.
question.
Goldwater.
Yeah, that's a good question.
But Goldwater is going to be at the next, the Sour and Sweet Festival. So we listened to our episode that came out this last Friday. You heard about that. So they're probably going to that. Though I'll say this, they decided to do that instead, but Fate is here, though. And they're the ones putting the festival on, but, I know. Probably a little bigger. They got more people there.
So it's Grand Canyon.
Maybe they didn't want to half-ass it.
Right.
Which is easy to do.
Yep, it's true. Yeah, they're a small place.
Yeah, look at this show.
We don't have a booth or anything. We just keep it mobile. That's all we need. We run light.
Light.
All right, guys, let's go check out some beer.
All right, sounds good.
Luke from Wren House. Drew. Luke's on the mind. Sorry. Drew from Wren House. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good. You're opening some bottles. What are you opening up, Brett?
I'm taking wax off a bunch of beelines right now.
Wax is a great idea, isn't it?
Right? It's our mead barrel aged barley wine.
And wax is an awesome idea, and so you need to open a bunch of them.
Yeah, it's great for like your cellar and holding on to bottles, but for actually like drinking them, it's kind of challenging.
Has anybody got like a soldering iron or a
start heating them up?
Yeah, to melt them back off.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
And anyway, anything in particular what'd you guys bring here? You brought Diamond Chola, saw the Beeline.
We've got a lot of our Cactus Catalog beers, which is our blend series of just a bunch of different barrel-aged stouts and barley wines. We also have our Desert's King Snake, which has been super popular, Beeline, Double Oaked Highwayman, and then we've got a bunch of lagers and stuff for all the brewers and stuff that come by.
Which we appreciate, by the way. Thank you very much. Well, that's awesome. That's a sweet list.
So what do you think about 2 beer festivals at this location?
I personally think this is very far, so I'm curious as to how the turnout's going to be, because we've heard a lot of people over the last week or so complaining at our tap room that they're not going to come because it's too far away. So we'll see. Hopefully it's a good turnout.
Construction's a little better though this time around.
Yeah, there's no crazy construction, and we're not in a dirt lot, which is a bonus.
Yeah. That's awesome. And it is. We'll see if the East Valley shows up. It's our opportunity.
Chris
Thank you very much,
excited.
Drew. I appreciate it. Little quick one. Thanks, man.
All right, we're here with Jordan at Dark Sky.
Hello.
I'm representing today wearing the shirt, so we had to stop by.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's how it works. I'm not endorsed by them, but I do drink their beer. That's how it works.
It is the only shirt you ever wear.
I like this shirt though. It's really
It's a great shirt.
It's comfortable.
Comfy, fits good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's OG, man. What do you want me to say?
He has a great Notion shirt too.
Yeah, that's true. You also have it. We wore it on the same day once. It was really
Oh,
embarrassing.
how cute.
Yeah, it was. We actually a couple weeks we went out. We both wore a black shirt and brown shorts, and we felt like it's like, oh, we're twinning it like crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
You guys are just like a married couple, just matching all the time.
So looking at your giant list over here, there's some hitters on here, man. What do you
Yeah.
guys? What do you guys with the cuvee? What is that all
All
about?
right, so
21.
the Cuvée is a blend of all of our barrel-aged beer releases in 2021.
Okay.
Multitude of different barrels. I know there's peach brandy barrels, cherry brandy barrels, rye whiskey, single pick barrel from Trevor's, 2 mead barrels from Superstition, and just a bunch of barley wine and stout and a lot of adjuncts. Can't remember them all off the top of my
Dang.
head, but it's a
Well, it says coconut there.
Yeah,
There's one of them at
coconut,
least.
yeah.
We know coconut for sure.
Yeah.
We know coconut for
yeah.
sure.
There's coconut nibs. There's definitely I think we have a couple fruits in there.
So that's just basically Ryan was dealing with his barley wine, and he just left that much at the bottom of each bottle, and then just poured it into one big receptacle.
Basically.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, just one big trash can. No, I'm super excited to try the Nove.
Nove.
Yeah.
So that's our barley wine aged in peach brandy barrels. The peach brandy is very apparent, very forward, but super fruity and unique. It's really nice. Probably one of my favorite barley wines we've done in a while.
Really, I'm super excited to try that. That sounds awesome. And then on, collab.
Yeah, moving parts. It's basically the Keller version of our Tecocti Pilsner we did with Wren House. It's still lagering out in the tanks right now, but we figured bring a keg down, do a little teaser.
That's awesome.
And we put it on side pole for fun. So
Sweet.
yeah, it's our first Tecocti Pilsner off the new system, so we're pretty stoked about it.
Really awesome. Anything you are excited to get around from the around here at the festival yourself?
Oh, I gotta take a look around. Haven't had a chance yet.
I know, right? You're a little busy.
Yeah.
We're coming up on VIP hour, so
Yeah, it took an extra hour to get out here for us Flagstaff boys, so you know.
right. Well, thanks a lot for talking to us, man.
Of course, always, guys.
I did have a question. How excited are you guys to have your patio now?
Oh, it's so nice. The beer garden's been really cool. Just having that space for people to come out there, hang, have a good beer, great food by our chef Joe. It's killer. I love it. It's usually where I hang out after work every day.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, we definitely need to get up and check it out. We're talking a little bit ago. We need to get up there and chat with you guys and check that out. So,
hey guys, yeah, we got some new fun beers coming out here shortly, so you guys got to make it up.
Awesome, man. Excited to see you guys. Thanks for talking.
I was good talking to you guys. Yeah, cheers, guys.
Put on record.
There we go.
All right, we're here again at Real Wild and Woody, and you're here with somebody who's been very busy in the last couple of years, Cider Corps, and we're here with Jason. How are things going?
Great. It's just been a wild last couple of years, I suppose. Maybe better.
Downtown Mesa's booming. You just opened a new location. Tell us about that.
Yep, so downtown Mesa is crushing it still. We are now on a Gilbert and Warner in Gilbert. Just opened up a location there, moved the production facility over there, so we have about 5 times the production capacity. And we're just ripping, rolling, trying to have as much fun as possible, building community and trying to raise money for some of my fellow veterans out there.
And I see you're wearing a collaboration shirt.
Yeah, we just did an awesome collaboration release with Dixon Flannel out of Tempe. So another local company that we basically took the design from their shirt, and it's a bamboo shirt. And we wrapped it on a can. Josh came up with a logo, mixed branding, and just another one of those collaborative efforts to raise money, you know.
And what are we raising money for?
For veterans. So some of the proceeds from this is going to go to the Military Order of Purple Heart, our local chapter. So it's just about helping some of the older, it's a lot of Vietnam veterans that we do some outreach for. And then we're also donating some of the money to, it's called Coheen Biosciences. They study traumatic brain injuries and PTSD, correlations between them, and so that we can take some of the information from studying veterans and apply it to civilians.
Very cool. And what is the Purple Heart cider?
Yeah, the Purple Heart cider has ube and a little bit of honey in there. So, you know, it's very light. It's really bright purple, and yeah.
And you guys being one of the most Eastern people out here, what do you think of having 2 beer festivals at this location?
What do you mean, like having another one here?
Yeah.
Absolutely. This is awesome. There's air conditioning in the summer. Dude, they could do a festival here every month, and I think they'd pack the house.
Jason, just to switch gears, I mean, a new place in Gilbert. I mean, and I haven't had a chance to speak with you, so I'm just curious myself. I mean, you guys have helped, downtown Mesa come up big time.
Thank you. Yeah.
Gosh, from what it was 2 years ago, I mean, between you and I forget.
Oro.
Yes,
Yeah.
I mean, just a couple of guys. I mean, the sandwich place I'm trying to think of.
Worth
Between you guys
Takeaway.
and Worth, man. I mean, I'm sorry. They brought it up. You guys have brought it. I mean, you guys have made it possible for other places like that to be there. I mean, are you surprised at just how incredibly acceptance has been down in downtown Mesa?
Yeah, it's pretty wild. You know, we got a lot of flack in the beginning because, downtown Mesa, most people were like, there's a downtown in Mesa, right?
Right, exactly.
And so,
it was nothing.
It was nothing. And so, yeah. With
They just had Worth
takeaway. So, yeah, a little sandwich shop and then a little microbrewery and us just kind of, full swing.
You showed a bunch of people that it was possible.
We did, and and really it is a collaborative effort. I keep saying that word, but it really was a community of people because we all helped each other in a lot of different ways. You know, like
the collabs
Worth was
between you and Worth.
They didn't have anywhere to for people to take their food, so they'd go over to our place or Oro, right? Collaborations.
Your
with
Jim
Oro.
Bob cider
Jim
is
Bob
ridiculous.
cider. Yeah, so I mean, we really just buy into the community aspect and try to have as much fun as possible, right?
Love it, man. Because it's amazing to see you guys with your success.
Thank
Love
you.
it.
Thank you so much.
That's all I got, guys. I'm here to be nice and have a good.
Are you excited about any of the breweries that you want to try? Have you had a chance to look around yet?
Oh man, I'm big fans of a lot of these guys. Uncle Bears, Dark Sky. Dark Sky is probably what I'm gonna be swinging over to pretty soon, just because he's always pushing out the most unique, weird stuff, and I love that. I love that approach. As you can tell, when it comes to tradition, we're not really traditionalists when it comes to cider making. So I like to find those other guys that are in that same league.
Great. Well, we'll see you around, and hopefully you run out soon, so you get to walk around early. And thanks for chatting with us.
All right, brother. Cheers. Cheers, y'all. Thank you.
All right, everybody. We're here with somebody who looks very bored in a unique situation, but it's somebody who we always talk to at beer festivals. It's Sarah.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
What are you
Sarah
not doing?
Swinson, by the way, because
Yeah.
I know sometimes you get that
No,
wrong.
that's Chris. That's Chris, not me. Sarah
I'm the
Ritchie just
character-
sounds so much more
No, it
like
doesn't. The whole
Hollywood.
No, Sarah Swenson is like a superhero alter ego. It's like Bruce Banner or
Oh,
Clark
is that
Kent.
alliteration?
The alliteration. That's totally why I changed my name. Sarah Ritchie, 2 hard R's. It doesn't flow. It's harsh.
So, what are you not doing, Sarah?
I'm not pouring today. It's my day off. I'm here to support and help my beer industry people get checked in and distributed ice to their booths and
Who would you
such.
normally be pouring for?
I typically would have been pouring for Oscar Blues, but I don't have any beers for today, so I'm just still here hanging out.
Well, we're glad you're here. You did look a little bored from across the room. A big smile, but you looked a little bored.
I'm just back here at the table that was checking in people that were moving in, and I'm just helping.
No problem. That's
check
part of the
in
process.
stragglers.
Yep. Get this guy hooked up.
There you go.
Got to give this
See?
someone their
Just like
VIP
that.
stuff. Absolutely.
But it's nice to see you're volunteering because
Thanks.
most people would have been like, "Oh, I'm not pouring."
I'm taking the day
Yeah,
off.
I'm out of here.
No, it's like,
So-
these are my people, and it makes me happy to see everybody, so I don't want to miss it.
So hand that microphone to Chris. We're gonna experience Sarah do a live check-in. Sarah's
We're gonna do a-
checking somebody in.
It was clearly a good time to come over.
He's
Listen,
handing over
It would
credentials.
have been never a good time
He's
to come
getting
over.
his blue vendor wristband. He's getting his cup and his tickets.
And he thanked her.
Look how fast that was.
Thank you very
You're
much.
a true
Thank
professional.
you very much. Pro check-in.
That was a good one.
Thanks.
And he looked excited to be here. So, do you get to drink at all today?
Oh, I can. Yeah,
You can,
definitely.
if you wanted to.
Yeah.
I was going to say you might be.
I'm the DD for the day.
Are
so,
you? Okay.
yeah,
All right. That's fair enough.
Yeah. Aw,
Didn't you
hello.
get a hug? See, everybody just loves you. Why wouldn't they? Chris, you have any good questions?
See, this is what I couldn't miss
No,
out on.
I don't.
I couldn't miss out on
Yeah,
that.
why would you not come here for the camaraderie
For
alone?
the love and the hugs and the
Here comes
the-
Rob.
The beautiful people.
Yeah, the big boss is here checking in on things. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, we appreciate you volunteering.
Thank you.
And
I
helping people out.
do want to talk to you guys soon because there is some secret squirrel stuff going on that we're going to be launching soon.
Sweet.
So I think y'all might be a little excited about it because I know I heard you like talking Mountain Dew stuff. Or, no.
Maybe.
Monster is where it's at. So we're going to unleash the beast soon. So we'll come talk to you about it.
Hard monsters coming soon.
Sweet.
We're all for it. Other than volunteering, what do you have coming up? Anything? Any other festivals? Anything?
I'll
you're just
tell you what I've
looking
got coming up. So remember the Oscars Lager that you were enjoying at Strong Beer Fest?
Yes.
We finally have 15 packs of cans coming to Arizona in about 2 weeks. So look for those in your local independent stores and Total Wine soon. And hopefully soon like Bevmo's, Whole Foods, but I know Total Wine will get it set up first. And then we also have Death by Coconut. Cans and kegs are coming on that truck, as well as Wasatch from Salt Lake City, Utah. We have Black O' Lantern, Pumpkin Stout, and Pumpkin Ale coming.
Such a professional.
Yeah.
She's
gotta
such
plug
a
all the stuff.
professional. All right. Well,
I
you
just
know
ran
what?
out.
She ran out, and you know what? We're gonna stop bugging her. Thank you so much. Sorry. We're gonna know. Please, this is gonna be good stuff. We appreciate
Have
you,
fun editing this.
and we will talk to you soon. And we're back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, guys.
So,
Due to flawless editing, I hope you enjoyed those interviews.
I mean, listen. One thing I'll say about that, it's kind of how that pop festival in Tucson I went to, and there's nobody there. It was nice because
Well, that was the most. That was a rad festival.
it was so
though.
great. But people weren't busy at the booth, so it was easy to go grab people and talk to them. And
Yeah.
it kind of felt like this one too, right? We could be able to go to them and be like, "Hey, you got a minute?" And we just sat around with people at Cider Core for a
Right.
little bit, and just chat with them. We did get in early though; that was nice too, to be able to
Yeah.
chat with people.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. And it was a good time. There was plenty of good beers. It was just
Food wasn't great.
yeah, the
Bathrooms
food
were
wasn't
fine.
great. Bathrooms were fine. And you know, like I forget which one you said, but the vibe was just a little off
Yeah.
with the whole thing. It was like I don't know if it was just because there weren't a lot of special tappings. I know a couple breweries did a couple things, but a lot of breweries just kind of brought what they had.
Yeah, it didn't seem like it was.
You
a-
know, that was and that was real. You know, and so it's just like
Do you think it's a lot of breweries were just like, kind of like not in festival mode for the last couple of years, and so having to do this. They're just like,
Yeah, I think budgets are still a little tight,
Yeah.
and they're like,
Yeah, I think
let's
there's
not go too
fair
big.
statement.
Let's bring something
Conservative.
that's not too exclusive, but that
Right.
is still kind of.
Well, I mean, that's what Rob always says.
Limited.
is he wants them to bring things that people are going to have and try, and then go to the brewery and get it right. Like you go to a beer
Well, then
festival,
they pulled that off.
which is 100% then. But
Yeah, they pulled that off.
that's not the festival I want to go to. I've told them that multiple times. I'm
Yeah.
like, listen, I get it. I understand that if you're just a normal person and you go to a beer festival and you're like, oh, Santan had this amazing winter warmer or whatever, you can go there and get it every single
Right.
fall or something.
Right.
But as a craft beer person, I want to go to the beer festival and be like, I had this, triple barrel aged winter warmer with friggin' Fireball whiskey, double shot backs with, cotton candy.
Yeah,
That sounds terrible.
I know it does.
that
but
was
I'm
a
saying-
pretty rough little
what I'm
ingredient tangent you went on there.
Yeah,
You
but-
had me for a minute, and then you lost me pretty quickly.
It had
but-
a cinnamon stick in it.
In an olive and a piece of bacon. It's just that. Yeah, it just would have been nice to see. You could just kind of tell the brewers weren't excited. Maybe that was it. You could kind of tell the breweries
Yeah.
were not excited.
Well, I know a couple of breweries weren't happy with the amount of beer that they went through.
Right. Oh, that was.
And as in not enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It was not worth their trip with the amount of beer that they distributed.
Right. And people that you think would run out of beer
Did not.
did not.
Right. Wilderness was there, right? Because they had that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had their little tent.
that dumb tent.
Campfire and stuff, right?
Speaking of setups, I would say that's my biggest gripe about the thing is two nationally renowned breweries were there, Jester King
Oh
and
yes,
Pipeworks.
that's right. That was such a bullshit setup.
They were
Didn't-
buried in the corner, and their flags
a
or
fucking
tarp,
white cooler.
They were taped. They were strapped to stacks of chairs.
Like a terrible
That was their
photocopied,
backdrop.
a terrible photocopy printer photo printout of a Jester King logo. It's like I've been to Jester King. That place is magnificent.
It's
You're
the distributor.
serious? You're
It's
okay?
just- right.
You're okay with that?
no, they were not. I guarantee you, the Jester King.
No way.
It was a distributor thing, right? Because the people that you talk to, the people there, they
It
had
is.
no idea.
And but here's my
Such
solution.
a good point, though.
Here's my solution
Yeah,
to that.
100%.
If that's going to happen, then the guild needs to do a guild guest tent
Yeah.
And do it
have
up
those
yourself.
there. Have it by the guild, and then your talking point is beer festivals like this bring these kind of people here.
Exactly.
Here's
Here's a
sample.
tap.
Here's a small sample. This is a small
There's-
representation
yeah.
of these breweries for you to taste because this is the kind of events that they'll come to, and this brings them here.
Yep.
Not stick them in a corner on a stack of chairs
Yeah.
with
And-
volunteers
100%.
pouring beer.
That don't know.
100%. It was so cringe.
Well, you know
It
what?
was so cringy how they was just like Jester King. One beer on was it one or was it
think
two?
it was two.
Was it two? They were like just two on tap, and some lady doesn't know shit. Couldn't have told me one thing about those beers.
No.
And yeah, like Ed said, it was like a white cooler with like the tap handle white cooler. No setup at all. Why couldn't they do something? Why couldn't they host it? Have the Huss. Huss did a nice setup. Huss did a nice
Mike
setup.
Hess is in California.
I figured it out. I was doing good.
I think he did
And then
that
I
at the
fucked it up.
festival, too.
I did it several times at the festival. That's why I'm trying to learn my lesson. But as I tried to chase down Leah Huss, and then she ended up in the row behind it, in the line behind us. Remember that? That was hilarious.
That was really fun.
I was like, I'm gonna get to her. I'm gonna talk to her. I'm gonna give her the business card, and then she just standing behind us in line.
They said you're the business for a second. I was like, whoa.
They were really super nice people.
They
So
were
we
really
will figure something
Yeah.
out. But yeah, it's just.
Listen,
I agree with that point 100%. I thought the Jester King thing was ridiculous. They could have, like Ed said, done a Brewers Guild section.
Well, you know what?
Anything. It would have looked great.
New to the valley, right? These are new,
Look what
new
we
breweries,
did.
right?
Look what we bring. That's great.
I love that stuff. I think that's a really good idea. In the past, I've seen I've been to
Take credit for it.
Right.
They made it look like they just got them to show up.
Yeah.
No, take credit for that. For we can get kegs. Like we get kegs of this stuff.
Yeah, which is amazing. I went to
Sorry.
I was going to say I've been to Strong
That
Beer
does
Fest,
sauce me up,
and
yeah.
they had. I remember going there and talking. There's some new brewery that was in town. I can't remember who it was at this point, and it was the same kind of thing. I was like, "Hey, do you know?" And I asked them, and they're like, "Oh, I volunteer. I don't know anything about the beer." And you're like,
so fucked up.
But then what happens is like they
Hire us.
They see what happens is that like the people that are there are interested, and so they tell the breweries or the distributor, and then they get and now that the places I went to is no longer like that anymore. It's actually people that from the brewery that come down here. So
And that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
But it's just silly.
I think it's just people not from here don't know, and they don't want to spend the money and to come to a festival they don't know anything about to see if it's worth it or not.
Oh, I don't think Real Wild and Woody is a festival that gets outsiders, unfortunately. I don't know if we have a festival. Maybe Strong Beer Fest a couple years ago.
But that's the thing too. If word gets back to that brewery that was the setup and that was the
No way they'd be happy.
presentation, they're like, "No, I'm not going back there."
No,
ever
no, no.
again."
What they'd say
No
is,
way.
I'm going to go back there and we're going to do it right. Listen, Real Wild and Woody's, that
way.
is their bread and butter. I mean, come on, Jester King, you talk about their beers, that's kind of what their wheelhouse is, right?
It would have been a great showcase for them if they
100%.
had actually sent out several kegs and a person from the brewery.
Right. So
brewery.
yeah,
but
they
instead
need
they had someone from here doing.
nothing.
They could pour a beer. I could pour a beer.
I mean, we have.
I've watched a lot of beers be poured. I feel confident.
yeah.
It's funny you should mention renowned or recognized beer festivals, Nate,
Yeah.
because it's one of my favorite things to do is find non-beer publications that do beer-related things with zero relevance. So I have here.
A Men's Health magazine.
No, it's worse than that. The best beer festival in every state in 2022.
I did, yeah.
I love it. I love it.
According to
The Chive.
The Chive.
Sweet, dude. We're doing this.
Do you want to take a guess for Arizona? I'll give you one guess because it's not even going to be close.
Oh, probably the All-American
The-
beer,
the-
bacon, and you remember that?
Beer,
You know,
bacon, and brews.
You know that one? Yeah.
The Red
No.
Ryan Brew.
That's
Okay.
a good guess, though.
Is it a good guess?
It's
'Cause
it's the Arizona Rockin' Beer Fest in Maricopa.
I never even heard of that.
I never heard of it
Because
either.
you know it's just whatever biggest distributor put it on
Right.
Per state.
100%.
per state.
It's probably like nationally brand, like the branded
Yeah,
ones where
is
they
it-
just kind of
Is it Hensley?
switch
Is
the
it
name.
Hensley? Is it Hensley put it on?
No, I have to look it up. It doesn't
man.
give any information about it.
I
It's
wish.
just a list.
What's California's per the Chive?
Firestone Walker. No.
For the Chive is Firestone Walker.
No, there you go.
Their biggest. That's their biggest. They have their own festival.
Oh yeah.
We need to go to a festival, boys. Like honestly, either that or just drive to John's. We really need to drive to John's.
Man, we do have drive shots.
Yeah, let's look at New Mexico.
Yeah, what's New Mexico? It's the Raleigh annual beer fest.
We're gonna talk about that at the end of this show.
All right.
We're gonna call it a Hoppy Craftsman State of the Union.
Listen, people have listened to the show for a long time, have heard us say that so many times.
So that's why I call.
I
we
know.
need to talk. We're gonna have a little off air. We're gonna have an off recording conversation. We need to figure this.
The
stuff
Great
out.
New Mexico Beer Festival in Albuquerque. So, John,
Great
you'll have to
beer.
let us know if that's
Yeah.
something
I
that
think
is recognized.
Doesn't that?
Yeah.
I think we talked about that before. I think it goes. It's close to the Hot Air Balloon Festival or something like that.
Hot air balloon.
'Cause my-
Fuck that. You want to talk about a festival I would literally never take part in? I would see it. I would think like I'll look at them. But hot air balloons, that's like flying in a helicopter for me. Makes no sense.
No, helicopters make way more sense than a hot air balloon.
No,
would be.
why? It's like the elephant of the sky, man. Like, why? I understand they have anti-rotation, and someone anybody who's listening right now, be like, the helicopter's a thief. You know what? I'm not going to make a bad joke right now, but there are several people you could ask that have died in helicopter accidents that would disagree with you. Okay,
I mean, planes are just as. I mean,
I know, but I'm just saying helicopters
they're-
freak me out.
they're
dude.
heavier than helicopters. I know because
Because you
listen,
because airplanes have airfoils. They can glide.
do you know why I know?
I
that
think
you,
we're derailing, but no, I want to hear what you're about
do
to
you,
say.
I know why you hate. I know that you hate helicopters because
I
I told
do.
you I was
I've
on a
said that for
helicopter ride,
years.
and you told me I hope you die in it. That's what you said.
At work.
That was at work. It was-
We were feeling. I was like, dude, I hope that plane doesn't crash.
You said I hope that airplane, the helicopter crashes on
You
you.
didn't have a kid then.
I didn't.
Or
Chris,
people
to touch
care
on
about.
your Michigan minute,
Oh yeah.
the Michigan
Bring it up.
is Summer Beer Festival at Ypsilanti Riverside Park.
Ypsilanti.
Jeez.
Say it close enough.
Wow, you actually knew how to say that?
Yeah.
What a garbage town.
It's
it's
weird. It's
I'm
weird. It's
just
like
joking. I'm just joking.
it's
I'm
like
just
people
kidding.
from the Pacific Northwest that correct you when you don't pronounce all those Native American names right.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm-
Snoqualmie
My
and
my
Snohomish and all those.
the county I'm from is Ogumong,
Saskatchewan.
which is not how it sounds spelled.
Awatuki,
Yeah.
Tempe.
Prescott.
I couldn't spell Awatuki if you gave me $1,000, and if you handed me $100 right now, I couldn't spell Awatuki.
I lived in Awatuki for a while, so I
You
had
probably
to
still
learn.
can spell it.
I know there's an H in there.
And a W
And Nate, do you want to guess Maine's
and a TH.
The best. This is their biggest festival.
most popular?
Most popular, right? Okay. No, because I don't know.
Mass Landings Wavy Days Beer Festival in Scarborough.
Wow.
Scarborough.
Scarborough.
Boo! What a name is that? I don't know. Just want to make fun of Nate.
Scarborough.
So yeah, there's that tangent of beer festivals.
If anybody does listen to this podcast
From Scarborough.
from Maine in general, I forget where we went, what brewery we went to where we were there. Bigelow. It was Bigelow Brewing Company. It was one of the best pizzas I've ever had in my life. And beer. The beer was malty.
Well.
You know how I feel about malty beer. It's not my favorite thing. But the thing about malty beer is that I accept that I'm the problem. Does that make you feel better at least? Like if I have a malty beer, I accept that I'm the issue.
Well, yeah, I'm glad you come to realization.
I have.
No, but
I have.
I love that the first thing you're like, this brewery we went to had amazing pizza.
That's we talk about it
Bro.
all the time on the show. If you talk about a brewery and the first thing you mention is food, it's not a very good brewery.
No, I just
I knew listen, I knew you were gonna say something bad as soon as you said the pizza was good. I was like, and here's the and. The pizza was the beer was okay. I mean, it was
the
alright.
beer is just not my I go to breweries all the time that are not my style.
I know.
And you have to accept it. Like you just
By
have-
that he means when he goes to somewhere that's not Ren House.
Yeah.
Hey, you're such a prick, but it's true.
Not for
It
peace.
is. I don't get me wrong. I go to some places that when I went to Universal like a couple weeks ago, I took my 4 non-craft beer friends, my 3 non-craft beer friends, and
You have 4 friends?
it was 4 of us.
He has
actually.
more non-craft beer friends than he has craft beer
I
friends.
honestly believe that that's true.
Awful.
So we go to where we were like 10. Our hotel was 10 minutes from El Segundo Brewing, right?
Did you get some Broken Skull IPA?
One of my friends did, but they loved it. They loved it. They immediately they were like, "What are you taking us?" And I'm like, "Don't worry about it. I've never been there, but I happen to know for a fact the beer is good." And so we went there. The beer was great because it's El Segundo Brewing Company. Like the beer is good. And so I forget my original point of this, but I do. Oh yeah. There are other breweries I like. They just have to be very good breweries, like El Segundo Brewing.
What do you think that guy was? Listen, I'm sorry.
What do you think that guy was drinking? I don't know. He was eyeballing me, so I couldn't tell.
He was wearing a Coors Banquet shirt, and there's no Coors up there.
He was the banquet beer,
I'm
dude.
like,
They have bottles of Coors.
what did he? He was on draft. He got a draft.
They could have
Dude,
poured it in their
if
cup.
you
I
go
mean, I guess
up
that's
there
true.
and he fucking orders a banquet beer, and you're wearing a shirt. It's like wearing the shirt for the band you're about to
don't
see.
do that.
Don't do that. Don't be that
or
guy.
the restaurant you're going to.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Bob's
and
Burgers.
For the record, listen, I didn't wear it to it. I bought it, and I can wear it here. I'm wearing my Bob's. For the listeners, I'm wearing my Bob's Burgers, Jim Bob's Burgers pop-up
It's
T-shirt
really good.
from Worth.
Don't tell people about
from
it. It's
Worth.
not good.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's
Don't
terrible.
go. It
Don't
doesn't
go.
happen on Halloween. It happens the week after Halloween. And Bigelow Brewing Company in Maine. Yes, I did mention the pizza first, but that's because they had legit a really amazing pizza. But they had good beer too.
Except for his malty,
You just have to understand that, yeah, sometimes brewers make malty beer.
because I like malty beer.
Some of them do.
They do.
Some of us don't.
So moving ahead.
Unless Ren made it.
Let's go. We got one more festival we need to talk about, and then we wrap this thing up.
We got 2 to talk about,
We got
but
two.
one.
I told you we go on tangents,
got
dude. We
two.
talked about helicopters
2.
and planes.
Nah, we always
Well,
do
you
that.
did.
We
Well,
always
Ed, that's because you're on your fucking phone. You would have been. You would have been.
I was bringing up news stories. I do research, unlike you guys.
And you don't even like to talk to us.
I created an outline. Listen. All right. What others? I know about one of them. What's the other one?
Copper State.
That's a festival.
Yeah. And we might have a tent.
Oh, that's right.
Are we gonna have a tent?
We might share one.
That's fine.
We're gonna split it right now.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
We'll put a sheet up with a
I
hole
like
in the
doing
middle,
this.
so we can
I'm
like
in the
talk
show.
back and forth between the. two
Oh,
shows.
like a tiny hole.
Yeah, just to talk through.
Oh, I thought it was like gonna be waist height.
Yeah. We'll be sitting down.
Listen, let's move on. Or do we? What festival we need to talk about right now?
The Sour and Sweet Festival.
That was cool.
Okay,
so it was in a cool location. First of all,
Is it the sour and sweet or sweet and sour?
it was
Sour and
Sourfest.
sweet.
Sour
It
and
was
sweet.
Sourfest.
Damn it.
I
No,
was-
it was sweet and sour fest. No,
it's Sour and Sweet Fest.
Sour and sweet fest.
Bro, I
I'll
think it
never
just
get-
said Sourfest.
No.
Listen, you have no.
I have my glass. I have my glass.
I understand. No, you don't. I do.
No, I took it from Ed because I knew I'd never get it from
I
you.
have.
You stole-
You
you
have
Yeah,
stole
I
Chris's
took it from
glass?
because I knew you only talked to Chris, so I knew I'd never get it from you. So I was like, "Give me this."
Listen, Nate, you have no legitimacy in this conversation. I can't even say that word right.
What do you mean?
We went to a Sour and Sweet Festival, and your favorite beer there was an IPA. So
That's not true. I thought you were gonna be really mean to me for a second. Listen, dude, that's not true. They had. Okay, let's talk about this. First
Okay.
of all, Ed has a point, but you know what? I'm gonna add a little caveat. to
Sweet and
that,
sour
Okay.
festival.
Whatever.
sour and sweet. Sweet and sour is
Did
the
you pull
pork.
it up?
That's right.
Did you pull it up?
I'm looking it up right now.
Thank you.
Well, we-
Okay, while he does that, I want to set it up a little
All
bit
right.
because it was in downtown
Scottsdale.
Scottsdale,
Yep, Old Town.
super nice area. Do you remember the building?
No, it was a wedding venue though.
It was,
Like,
and it was
something-
nice.
Something house. I don't know something.
That
like
is, it was something.
Yeah.
One of the little something house.
It was like whatever
welcome
house.
to the Fulton house.
Yeah,
Blah,
Fulton.
blah, blah.
Yeah, something like that.
And where was it?
Fulton House, that's your house.
Yeah, I know. No, I wasn't. No, sour and sweet. I knew it. I told you it was the sour and sweet festival. And it was in downtown Scottsdale. Ed, where was it? Look up that up while we're doing it. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit back on your photos. I didn't look at anything else. So, no, it was in a really nice area.
Yeah.
We got in with the VIPs because that happens sometimes, and it was nice. Now, the thing about it was that I can't help what beers brewers bring, right, Ed?
True.
I don't decide that.
Nope.
And first of all, there were lots of cool brewers here because they had the Desert Monk Brewing Company there. They had Ed. Who was the brewer? Who did the Captain Crunch beer that you?
12 West.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's 12 West.
12 West was there, which is
Crunchberries,
nice to
just
see.
Crunchberries, right?
It was the
The crunch-
Crunchberry Double IPA. It was fucking delicious. Yes, I had 2 of them, and it probably was my favorite beer. But you remember that bomb Monkish had?
Yeah.
That like 15% whatever coconut something or
yeah.
other. Dude, that was ridiculous, and it tasted like nothing but alcohol,
Dude, that
and it was good. Kind
It was
of.
at the Clayton House.
Clayton House.
Nice job, Ed.
So we said house, something
Nice
house.
job, Ed. I need some water.
What was it? It was a Goldwater. Goldwater had their cherry limeade. That was-
Goldwater had a
really
couple
They
of
had
good.
a limeade one. They had a margarita one.
Margarita
I think
one.
they
Oh,
had
that
like a
margarita was good.
lager too.
I think you're absolutely correct. Regardless, yes, I did sniff out the IPAs at every booth, and I drank a couple of them each. And yeah, the thing about it, it's called a sour and sweet fest, and it was a sweet IPA, was it not, Ed?
I guess you could classify IPAs as sweet.
I mean, it had,
No, it was a Captain Crunch beer.
you have to yell.
Was I yelling? Sorry,
Maybe.
my
Well.
bad. Sorry. It was a Captain Crunch beer, dude. Sorry,
somewhere in between.
There's people around us, but it was a Captain Crunch beer. It was amazing.
Yeah, no, I
It was like a big. It was like it looked. And the thing about it is, it looked thick like that. Which what I'm pointing to their Dark Sky Rally beer, whatever Rally Goose beer.
It was good.
It was chunky and it smelled like, and it had a little bit of a Captain Crunch, which I love. Chunky IPAs and I love Captain Crunch. It was always going to be a knockout. But at a sour and sweet fest, it worked out. Am I right, Ed?
You're correct
Thank
on
you.
a technicality.
Well, at least you gave me that. I'm shocked. Regardless, Ed is right. It was.
And that beer is called Lieutenant Chomp, by the way.
Thank you, Ed. Nice.
Listen,
You are good with the info. You are good with the info.
I think I was just like to point out the fact that you do find out the IPA.
I
Like,
always do. I always can sniff out an IPA at
You're
any location.
was this a rare barrel festival? You guys got an IPA?
If they didn't have it on, it wouldn't have been allowed. You know.
Well, I was gonna say no to one.
But here's the thing, though. With that many sours, your palate was gone in a hurry. So you needed like an IPA or something to kind of
There were
cut through that.
some sweetness. You need some sweetness. For
He's
sure.
right. There were so many palate wreckers at that show, and it was. I'm gonna be honest. You can continue with your statement you're about to say. If you'd
Oh,
like.
I was gonna say I can't remember. There was who was that brewery that was like that had all the issues with in the very front. I can't remember their name. It was
Wasn't it Barrio where they had like the,
Barrio had
the
a
fire?
big spill. They had a big spill.
Did they?
going on.
They had like the fire drill, and every brewer ran to them to try and help them with
I
their
missed
capsules.
that.
That was
which
pretty
was really
funny.
cool because
Yeah.
it's like
Well, Oro, I think Oro was there. They got a tool bag out.
Yeah.
He came over, and I was just like, "That's super cool." Because that was Barrio. There was next to them. It was one of the ones out in like we had to look them up.
Ranch Hand.
Ranch Hand. That's who it was. Ranch Hand. Which that was out in like was it?
it's in.
They had some unknown
Marana.
breweries
Correct.
there.
No, not Marana. It's even worse than that.
Yeah, and but that was we kind of made fun in the episode before that because we didn't know who they were. And we're like,
They're known for skydiving.
yeah, right. And then we
Be
Okay.
skydiving out there. It's
One of
like
my-
Oh, right.
Elo-
I
Elo-
understand. You're right. Yeah.
Elo.
Okay.
It's an
Yeah.
Elo.
Sorry, I was like, I thought you were the brewery is known for skydiving. I was like, what? Sorry. Yes, the location.
But what I was gonna say is that pleasantly surprised by their beer. Like that was actually really good. They had a sour that was phenomenal.
I honestly really liked. I thought that was a pretty high caliber show as
Yeah.
far as brewery goes.
It was, but it was crazy when it was
Food
general
trucks.
It
admission.
was.
Dude, so many food trucks.
Before we get to the point of how nuts it got, the food trucks. The food trucks were awesome. They had this
food.
coffee truck there. I'm not going to name names, but you should be ashamed of yourself. But otherwise, well, the thing about it is they represented themselves as a coffee truck, where they're a coffee dessert truck.
Yeah.
And so when you go up and ask for a double shot and they reheat you espresso, you're like, "What the fuck did you just hand me?" But regardless, that was a really awesome place to have. They had good food.
They had good food.
They
They had a couple food trucks. They were great.
enjoyed it thoroughly. Now, to Ed's point,
Yeah.
general admin let in, and that show changed. That went from a perfectly adequate size space for the people to wow, this
Like,
is a
too much.
ass
Too
load
big.
of people.
Too-
And
too-
if you have a problem with people,
Too many people
too many people.
in that space. That was way too many tickets for that.
100%.
So
I think it was probably a little too many tickets for that. Now, and one shout out, the band was cool.
Oh
Yeah, I was
I
just gonna
like-
say that the band was really cool.
I liked the band. They played Fire on the Mountain from Grateful Dead, and the guy actually like killed it. Like that was awesome. That I was like, this is sweet. So,
And that made it stand out to me more that the energy at Real Wild and Woody just wasn't there, because the energy at that place
Rad.
was 10 times better
Absolutely.
than
Yeah.
Real Wild.
it was a
and
good
Woody.
vibe there. It was a good vibe. And and you
fun.
can just kind of tell when the Brewers are excited to be there, dude. And I'm sorry, Brewers at the Real Wild and Woody, they're like, fuck, I want to go home.
Yeah.
I don't want to be here. And that sucks because
It's
I
so
just
far.
Yeah, because I want it to be successful for Rob and the Guild, because I know they put so much effort into it.
Yeah, I mean,
But damn, man, it's just like
let's.
it's an uphill battle.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's an
Next
uphill
year.
battle
Next
for
year.
sure. I feel for those guys because it's like, man, it's almost lose no matter what they do.
Right.
They're trying to save
So
money for
hopefully-
the Guild. It comes out as a crap show lose. You know, you're trying to go all out for the Guild. Somebody's not happy with something that happened, and you spend a bunch of money. It's just,
Right.
it's gotta be a real moving target. So I get that it's difficult, but I don't know. Whatever. Obviously whoever did Sourfest was not the big Guild.
No, that
And-
was put on by Fate.
Fate did it, yeah.
Okay. And now that's interesting because that's not actually Steve McFate. That's whatever group must own Fate.
Right.
And that's fine. They did a good job. That surprises me. I didn't know that. I didn't know that beforehand. But regardless, like, good for them because it was a good show.
Yeah.
It was. But to Ed's point, they sold too many general admin tickets.
Yeah.
Just a few.
I hate to say it, but their sour was fucking terrible. That blueberry lemonade thing.
Oh yeah, that wasn't very. good.
Oh,
That was
Fate's
hard.
Brews, period. They brought IPAs, dude. Like, I was like, what the? They just straight brought, I'm pretty sure they straight brought an IPA with no sweetness, with no, like, Captain Crunch. You know what I mean? They just brought an IPA, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, it's
It is what it is, man.
it is what it is.
Yeah, hopefully they do something better next year.
Yeah.
Maybe, I mean, either sell less tickets or move venues. But they wanted to have
Or
it
do
in-
2 sessions.
right. They wanted to
Two
have it.
sessions would do
Do
it.
like a morning and then
You
like
could sell way more
evening.
tickets if you do a session like that. Absolutely.
I think so. I mean, that's the like. Oddly
It was
enough,
well placed. Like,
was-
it was fun for us to get to. It wasn't a pain in the ass.
It wasn't tons of parking, but it was like Old Town. So they all have there's parking everywhere in Old Town, right? And there's tons of Uber lifts. We talked about that in the thing. So like in the episode before, we talked to Fate about it and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's a good place to have it. It's a good venue. There's lots of food down there. There's lots of things to do afterwards. So.
It was a good
Be fun.
spot. So honorable mentions, like I said, yes. For me, I'm gonna have to shout out definitely Desert Monk because just the guts to bring up that beer they brought. That was good.
Okay.
And then I really obviously liked the fact that 12 West was even there.
Yeah.
And so was Gold and everything Goldwater brought. Though they know how to make a sour over there. Like
Yeah.
the kettle. I know they do kettle sours, but
Yeah.
that's still such an art.
It's really good. They
Well,
do good
that's,
stuff.
but that's the thing, though. Like 12 West is 100% into the Guild. They're always there. And that was one of the surprises. Like even Alex was there.
Right. That's right.
Mr.
Yeah,
Big
yeah.
Time was at the tiny little
Oh, dude.
festival. like,
Grand Canyon. Sorry. They had a bunch. They had some
They
good
had
beers
good
there
beers, too.
and they had a
Their
bunch,
Dire Wolf.
They had a bunch of cool gear
Dire
too.
Wolf was
yeah, they had Dire Wolf.
Right?
Oh,
Their magnets were rad, dude.
Their cool. I think Ed got all of them.
I did too.
think
I did too.
You guys
They
are
had
jerks.
to, Ed.
Well, I had over then. I showed them to Nate, and he's like, they had 4.
Yeah. That's because they only had 2 when I first went up there. Then they put 2 more out.
Yeah, I took one of
They were
of the
really
2.
cool, dude.
I took one of the 2.
All
I didn't want
4
to
are
take
still
both.
in my fridge.
Yeah, you jerks.
I'm
I
sorry.
should-
They were
I should
really
went back and
cool.
took more. I think I did try to go back, and they were gone.
Yeah, I'm not
Because of
surprised.
course they're cool.
They were
So,
cool. They did a good job.
Yeah.
So yeah, no. I honestly, Sourfest people, organizers, if they're listening, good job. I give it an A+.
Yeah, I enjoyed
especially
it.
for a first time.
Looking forward to next year.
Think about that. Like, that's a first time show.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good job.
Yeah, they did good.
The food was awesome. There was room to sit. Like I said, yes, we went during VIP, and when we had during a VIP, there was plenty of room to have a good meal.
Yeah, that's the thing. Even though even when it got super crowded, there was still space off to the side to kind of like go catch your breath and go get back into the mix.
If it
That's
wasn't-
true.
If it wasn't so
That's
warm,
true.
that huge outdoor patio that was missed, and they actually had that
Oh,
big outdoor
that's
area that
right.
was the food area and stuff, but nobody was out in the food area because it was kind of out in the
Yeah, it
direct
was
sunlight.
Son, but you're right. They had that whole front patio area that they could have filled with tables.
Yeah.
that
They-
no one was
there was
using.
no tables
They'll
there.
figure that out.
Yeah.
But like I said, that's the first show stuff. Like that's your first brewer. Like that's your first time stuff. Because I don't know, but I'm sure whoever ran that's not their first beer fest.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I give them kudos regardless because I had a good time.
Well, what's her name? Kristen?
Yeah.
She used to work for the Guild. She works for marketing now,
Yeah,
right?
she's a marketing
For-
thing.
Really,
And that's who
Good
did
for
it
her.
for Fate. So
Yeah,
that's
I
who
would-
set up our interview. And
she
got
needs
our
a shout
passes.
out. She needs a shout out in this episode because man, they did. I just had a fun time and like Chris said, the food trucks were on point.
Yep.
I remember our food being delicious. So I don't know. I give it an A+ especially for a first time show. And the little glass. I know we need to move on and end this episode, but the little glass, the taster glass that we got for the show.
It was glass.
And it was glass.
I
But
did
it was,
almost murder myself because mine was chipped when I first got one.
oh, yeah, that's right. Ed got a chipped one.
We got shirts,
But
too.
she swapped it out.
And we got shirts.
They
and we
swapped
got
it out. We got
glasses.
sweet shirts. I gave one to my wife. But yeah, that glass was sick. The logo was rad.
Yeah, it was a good logo.
Yep. Good logo.
Nugget. Well, that was fun, guys.
Yeah, that was fun.
But to finish up, to kind of remedy that,
Yeah.
Strong Beer Fest is coming back to civilization.
Yes, that's right. There was an announcement.
Yes,
Rob
next
announced.
year,
Go ahead.
Strong Beer Fest will be at Salt River Fields at Talking Stick.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
That'll
That
be fun.
is Saturday, February 18th. That's the date.
That'll be fun.
It's in my backyard.
That's exciting.
We can literally walk there.
I think Ed did. Ed did a good job. I think Rob and the guild did a good job getting that. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
That's an exciting venue. Hopefully they get the brewers excited, because I'm sure that's like about riling up. I'm sure that's not an easy thing to do. Riling up a bunch of people like Chris.
Yeah.
Not easy.
No.
Not easy. So anyway,
I'm excited.
good show, guys.
All right, guys.
Good. You know, and those festivals were a good time. At the end of the day, we had fun at Strong Beer Fest, Real Wild and Woody. We had Real Wild and Woody. We had fun at Real Wild and Woody. It's just, you know, it's tough to pull off a beer. It's gonna be tough to pull off a beer fest in the middle of nowhere that doesn't have like some exciting things going for it. Period.
Yeah. At least there was no gunfights.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, I just can't. Ed made an exceptional point with the Jester King situation in there. That's kind of my like, that defines it for me. That's like, that's disappointing. It's nice to see that Huss was really there and involved. So hopefully they do that when it comes back to the Valley. Thanks, guys. Cena, thank you, Cena. You're a very spectacular person. You're very nice. You put up with Ed, which must be difficult.
That's worth the price.
That's worth the price
of admission.
And she's still so nice even after she deals with you, which is the amazing part. She drove us. Where did she drive us to?
Real Wild and Woody.
She drove us to Real Wild and Woody. She's
And
very
Strong
nice.
Beer Fest.
Thank you, Cena.
And that car ride was way more comfortable than the car ride to Old Ellsworth afterwards.
But I was gonna say,
Four giant men in a tiny hybrid.
but you were in the trunk for the one you said was
Oh yeah, I was
comfortable.
sitting in the cargo space in the.
You were in the back.
Which is real bad then.
I could have squeezed in the middle, but I
Yeah.
decided not to.
All right.
That's true. But anyway, so I want a special thank you to Cena, because
Right.
she puts up with all of us, frankly. So thank you, Cena.
And Nate, who are the rest of the rad people on that list?
I would like to thank Riley Greenbaum. Thank you, Riley. Zach Dominguez, Cena Gomez, Rob Fulmer, Jeff Johnson, and Terrence Hollows. Thank you very much to all of you. Terrence, send me that Excel spreadsheet. He does. He's supposed to send me some work.
Awesome. If you want to be a patron supporter of the show, go to patreon.com/hoppycraftsman. I actually recently got us off the not safe for work list. They were reclassifying stuff.
Oh,
on
really?
Patreon. Yeah. They're,
Good job.
They're basically reclassifying not safe for work as in like OnlyFans type stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Are you talking about literally at work and their filters?
No.
Oh, really?
On the site, yeah.
Oh,
So-
no shit.
So I was able to switch it.
Good job.
So we are not safe for work anymore. So you should be able to search us and find us on Patreon
Okay.
now, which is really cool. So that was cool. So go there, check
Yep.
that out. We have lots of levels for you. We got stickers and stuff. If you want to find us, Instagram's probably the best place. So Hoppy Craftsman.
At
and
Hoppy
then-
Craftsman on Instagram, we read the messages, we respond. One of the three of us will usually see it.
Yep. And then hoppycraftsman.beer is the website
Yes.
for all the information. Cool.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
See you next time.
Later.